Anyway, Vega Intelligence Solutions back again with another stream. I want to go over with you guys today a little bit about crypto taxes. We know we all love them. April is coming up. It's here. There's a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of people out there that just have no idea what to do, what to claim. So I'm here to help answer some of those questions, the most commonly asked ones. And some of the questions are combined that I've received. I've been out into Reddit recently, trying to help out as many people as I can. Now, I myself have worked on the tax software for about 6 years. So I have pretty good grasp of and expertise on some of these tax forms that we see out there. Also, you know, I definitely recommend getting a CPA for consultation, especially this time of the year. I think it's very important that you guys try to utilize that, whether that comes with whatever tax reporting platform that you're doing it on or not. It's always good to get another perspective and ask some questions out there. Do some research on the internet for sure, but make sure that you're looking at viable sources that have, you know, expertise in the area. Don't just go out on Reddit and everything and just think that whatever people say is true. Because what I've seen myself has been a mixture of people trying to ask some of these questions, and they'll get responses like, no, you don't have to claim that. And I've seen many people that have been completely wrong in answering that, and people probably just run away with that answer, thinking that they know what everybody else is talking about. In that case, a lot of us just don't. So that's why I'm here tonight. Give you guys a little bit of an overview of these things, answer some of those questions to the best of my ability, and also show what Vega's doing with a tax and reporting tool, what we've completed with some functionality. We have some front-end stuff that we need to still refactor as well. But we have a tool that automatically does this for you. Basically, the idea is you drag and drop the CSV file, which may be your transaction from an exchange like Poloniex, and you can also drag and drop a PDF file that you get back from the government, like a 1099-K is actually what it's called, and I can show you examples of that as well. But what you'll get, you can get one of those from like Coinbase. Some of these bigger exchanges are actually in compliance sending these back to their users. So both of those can be dropped into one location and calculated with either FIFO or LIFO, which are two different strategies for claiming your taxes, which I can go over as well. But it spits out a government form. It spits out a final report or ledger consolidated into one CSV file as well. And the government form, which is the 8949 into PDF. So, anyway, without further ado, what I kind of wanted to talk about first, before I show you the program and what we built at Vega, I kind of wanted to talk first about, let me get some music going here. Let's see, what does everybody like? A little bit of melodic stuff. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is just some of the regulations, and we've seen from the IRS clearly stating that this year they do have a task force out there that is tracking a lot of this information, especially those looking for tax evasion with cryptocurrencies and not claiming everything that happened in 2017. So it could cost up to $250,000 is what they claim. So it's very important. I always say myself, it's better to report something than nothing at all. And definitely if everything is linked back to an exchange, your identity, and I can go over that. So unfortunately, they tell us, you know, that you need to do this, but there's little guidance and many gray areas on how to do this and on this subject. So before I get into the tax and reports tool, let's go over some of the questions. So things that you need to be reporting. And first of all, let's talk about transactions taking place. So if you're reporting this year, any cryptocurrency transactions from last year, it has to be from last year. Let's say you made a buy order last year and you sold it this year in 2018, last year being 2017. That is not something that you claim right now. That's not taxable, because that is called a long-term capital that is still existing, and you would actually claim that into next year. 2019, when that comes around, you'll be claiming 2018 taxes and a long-term buy and sell that carried over from 2017, if that makes sense. So any of those transactions that happened in 2017 that you haven't exchanged yet, that you haven't made profits or losses on, those you do not have to claim this year. Not if they carried over into 2018. Okay, so that's like step one of understanding. The next thing that you guys need to understand is all the different things that are taxable events. From that, we have airdrops are a form of income. If you exchange any of that, that is a form of income from an airdrop or a bounty program. Those all need to be claimed if they happen in 2017. Mining is another thing, and the thing about mining is basically that creates a taxable event for income as well. So at the point your investment starts as soon as you mine a block, and at that point, at that exact time and point that you mine that block, that is what you need as kind of your start. And when you exchange it, it becomes your capital gain loss that you put on and claim into your government form. So basically, at the point of mining a block, that becomes your income. Okay. Exchanges, some of these decentralized exchanges, anything that links you back to an email, a phone number, anything like that is tied to your identity, they will be able to track. And a lot of people say, well, how are they doing that? Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's fairly straightforward when they have experienced task force working on this to track back from wallet to wallet where it came from. So definitely be careful with that. Don't just think that that you're on some decentralized exchange. Oh, they can't catch you. I mean, if you deposited from like Coinbase into that decentralized exchange from one wallet to the other, they now see that address and they know they're going to tie that back to you. So I'm just pointing that out. Another thing is ATMs, Bitcoin ATMs withdrawals, which I actually didn't realize until recently. So some of these Bitcoin ATMs, we've seen them popping up all around the states. So these actually have cameras on them, and every time that you walk up to one, it's taking pictures of you. Okay, so even if you change your number on these ATMs, these Bitcoin ATMs, I think you can exchange everything from Bitcoin to Ethereum to Litecoin on most of them, and they're using the Genesis platform, I believe. Anyway, any of these that are tied to a number that maybe you don't think is tied to your identity, it doesn't matter. Once they have a screenshot or a picture of you, they're going to start tying all your different phone numbers, your emails. Some of them even asked you to scan your ID. So again, definitely be careful with that, and just for your information, know that that is a taxable event as well. So anyway, I just wanted to point those things out because I know that there's a lot out there that people didn't know, and a lot of things that I've learned throughout this process myself. You know, I'm just trying to give you my expert advice here. So, going back to buying cryptocurrency, let's say in 2017, and you haven't exchanged it, you're hodling onto it, it's actually recommended that you do that because that can turn into a long-term capital gain loss, which has far more reduced rates depending on basically what bracket you fall under, which would be how much capital gains and losses you made off of that transaction. So the rates on that are somewhere between 12 to 15% in the U.S. Short-term gains are all transactions that happen within the same year. So you buy a Bitcoin, you sell a Bitcoin, let's say in December, and you know, you made anywhere from $20,000 profit. Who knows how much profit you made? But that all happened within the same year, and the rates for that are much higher. Can be anywhere from 20 to 24%. Although I've recently seen some official releases by the press, and would like to mention that they've changed some of these rates just for cryptocurrency. So that was something in the U.S. that was changed just recently to reduce those rates, actually. And it could be a way to kind of get people feeling a little better about claiming their taxes, kind of as a, I guess you could call it act of good faith from the government. So anyway, not to get all political or anything on you, but just to let you know that these rates we may see change definitely going into next year from this year. So keep an eye out for that, all you traders and miners out there. So a couple of questions that I received on Reddit, and they were pretty good questions. One was, if I'm unemployed, don't have any income, I'm a student at a university, do I have to report my crypto taxes even if it's like less than $2,000 for last year? The answer is that yes, any of these transactions are seen right now as as taxable income, basically. So all these are taxable events. Doesn't matter what your situation is, all right? It's seen as a form of income. Now, there are tax breaks out there, just going to say, for students, like student loans. You can claim, you usually get this back from your university, a 1098-T, which is a form that shows you what you spent on student loans. You also get tax breaks on everything from books to supplies, extracurricular activities with the university. All those are things that you can claim, and you can get up to about $1,000 to $2,000 back from the government as a student. I know myself that firsthand from that in the past, that it's somewhere around there. So definitely keep your receipts. You know, if your parents are paying for it, definitely have them keep all that into one place so it reduces your taxes. But at the end of the day, your cryptocurrency gains and losses, whether you're a student or unemployed or whatever, is still seen as taxable income. So just wanted to point that out. But like I said, if it's from last year and you haven't made any transactions until 2018, with that cryptocurrency, you don't have to claim that until next year. That's seen as a long-term investment. So, anyways, I just wanted to answer some of those questions. If you guys have any more questions, you can check out the links below. Hop into Discord or hit me up on Telegram. Ask me anything. I'll help you out to the best of my ability and at least give you the resources you need to take back to your accountant, or talk to the support for some of these tax softwares. So anyway, let's show a little bit about what Vega created here, which is, like I said, a way that you can take your government form, your 1099-K that you might get back from Coinbase or Bittrex or some of these larger exchanges. Usually comes in PDF form, or you might get a CSV file as well back from them, or exported out from their exchange that basically keeps all your transaction history from the exchange. So it's important. Let's first of all look at some of the formats of these government forms. Let me go over here to, so this would be like a CSV file from Poloniex. You have your buys here, your volume, your price and fees from the transactions, what it cost you, and then your sell point right here, which is going to need to be calculated for your gains and losses. So this is all happening in 2017. So this is a short-term capital gain or loss. And in this case, it's capital gain. You can see this. This is our GitHub, by the way, which is a resource down below you guys can go to. And so some of these are just examples of what you can put into the app to calculate. Another one here is we've actually got a drag and drop system as well. So right here, this is the 1099-K. So this is the official government form that you would get back. Kind of looks similar. A lot of you probably recognize this because it looks like what you get back from your job, your everyday job here in the U.S. And that's what it is. It's basically a spitting image of claiming your income, right? So it's fairly similar, fairly similar. Here you'll have the a breakdown as an example, like John Smith here. Federal income tax withheld goes by capital gains within each month here, 5A down to 5L, yeah, 5A down to 5L. The state that you are doing these transactions from. So this is stuff that you would get back from Coinbase. This is what you would see. And you would see multiple transactions, one copy for yourself, one for them, and so forth. So what do you do with this? That's the real question. So basically here, I've uploaded, you can drag and drop, you can choose a file, and you can put it right in here to Vega Tax and Reports program. So this application, you submit it, and then you can hit the process here, and that basically consolidates all these in the background to one CSV file that it needs to calculate. So it scrapes stuff, it basically scrapes all that information from your PDF, your 1099-K, scrapes all of it, and it puts it into here into one location. From here you can choose your method, whether that's FIFO or LIFO, first in, first out, or last in, first out. Now for a lot of volatile and frequent trading, last in, first out is usually the better option, but not always. but it's a way to minimize the amount of taxes that that you have to claim. So this is definitely something that you would need to talk with an expert CPA about and make sure that you're doing a correct calculation or using the best method for calculating. Here we basically automated all this for you. So you drag and drop your 1099K or your CSV file from Poloniex, select the year, your current year that you're in right now, and you calculate the taxes, and you get something like you see here below where you have all your transactions from Poloniex. You have your cell, and then this is the final calculation here, your long-term gains and losses. So basically that's it right there. What we have going on in the future is we're going to make the UI a lot friendlier, a better user experience for everyone. But this is a nice and easy way to do it. So yeah, I can show you a little bit of the code on how do you run this application. So our infrastructure out here, we're decentralized. You can go and grab this right now from our GitHub. You can run it locally on your own node, which is very convenient. So we broke down the libraries this way. You'll see up here under Vega IS the app, tax reports, and all you have to do from here is make sure you do, this is in Python, make sure you do your install of the requirements, and you can also put this on a Docker as well and Dockerize this application specifically. So we have a Docker file for this one. You can just simply run reports.py and you're up and going. Now that's after you install the requirements, right? The next thing, before you do that, actually, I skipped this part. Before you do that, out here in your config file, you actually want to make sure that you're pointing to your local destination. I would recommend not doing it this way, probably doing it under just your C drive or wherever, just a commonly used directory. So you have tax report base, the reports database file, that's a SQL file that's keeping all those things that you are importing into one table and then calculating it out into another table. Then you've got your uploads location and downloads. If you want to go, instead of doing drag and drop, say you have a bunch of transactions, you don't want to drag and drop every single one of them, you can just put all the files into one directory and it automatically brings those up here and puts them into your uploaded files. So anyway, fairly straightforward. Like I said, we've got all the functionality here. We've got some work to do on the future on the UI. Like I said, we'll make it look a lot cleaner, but for right now, with April coming up, you know, it's important to get this into your hands and you know, have you go at it. Also with our bot, our AI bot, if you, in our last presentation, we showed you how to, well, 2 presentations ago, our demonstration showed that you can talk to the AI bot through Dialogflow. I can put the link in chat for that. But you can talk to Dialogflow, and it actually brings up some of the latest articles that we have out there being tweeted out by the IRS and on different sources. So you can gather that information just interacting with the AI through Telegram, which is convenient. So all this is being wrapped into one, and the bigger picture here from our latest release was, which was Vega 2.0, was to consolidate all these different applications into one single location. Obviously you can run this on any node. All our other applications are included in our GitHub as well. But we want to host this on our website and put this up in the very near future, and get the UI fixed and looking good here within the next couple weeks or week. So keep an eye out for that, definitely. That's basically all I had for you guys. Like I said, if you have any questions, come ask me in my Discord, at Vega's Discord, or give me a shout out on Telegram. I'm also in Reddit's Discord for cryptocurrency, r/cryptocurrency, and there's a place under there underneath taxation that you can find me helping some people out with their taxes this year. So just give me a shout out, and I'm more than willing to help and give you a free consultation. So anyway, that's all I had for you guys. Appreciate you all being here, and definitely look forward to the future of what we can deliver here from Vega Intelligent Solutions. So thanks for joining. Take care. Happy tax year.